Hi, everyone. My name is Sherry Sharman. Happy March. We are recording this call because a lot of people are traveling or have things going on so that we get this recording to them as soon as possible. And we're just really happy to have you on our call. We are going to be introducing to you something that literally changed my life almost 40 years ago. I look back and I think back in 1987, I was introduced by a friend, which if you're a guest, you've been invited by a guest because we don't put out like advertisements or anything like this, and you don't have to send a resume in. We just introduce this to our friends and family, and we show you what we're doing, and you make a choice. And I made the choice to get started in building a sales team back then. And prior to that, I was a Montessori preschool teacher. And if I loved teaching children and being with kids and all that, but I just couldn't afford as a single mom to be able to continue doing that. And when a friend introduced this to me, it literally changed my life. I went from being extremely broke to be able to living a lifestyle beyond my wildest dreams. So if you're on, just sit back, relax, and enjoy what we're about to share with you, because I have the absolute pleasure of introducing to you someone who was actually one of my students when he was in his early 20s, and to be able to see the development and the progress that he has had through his life of not only being one of the top people in our industry, but he is one of the finest teachers and trainers I've seen in this industry, in the sense of teaching people how to have the success principles to become successful. And he is an amazing husband, father, friend, business partner, and I'm excited to introduce to you Muzaffar Najfi.
Thank you. Happy Saturday, everybody, and happy birthday month, Sherry Sharman. I'm so excited, and and I'm going to say this because she says this, but she is turning 72. You don't even look 72. Like it's absolutely amazing, and it's so I'm going to also say this: happy birthday, Mama, because she's like my second mom. And when she said a lot of the kind words, you got to understand, it's more than a friendship in like a son mom type relationship for me. She's been a mentor. She's known me since I was in my 20s, and she guided me in so many different areas in this business, in this profession. She even helped me and my wife when we had some tough times in our life, not as husband and wife, but everybody has challenges. And the person that was there for us was Sherry. And I'm so grateful for you. And I'm so honored that when you saw this company and you saw what we're doing, you made a decision to say yes. And so thank you for that. And thank you for the introduction. And so we're going to go through a company. Listen, your friend or family member or business partner, somebody said, you have to see this. And maybe they said, we're going to travel the world together. And you just got curious and you jumped on this Zoom. Maybe they said, we're going to make money. Maybe they said, we're going to travel and make money. Maybe they said something else. I have no idea. Either way, you're on here. So we might as well have fun. It's Saturday. It's March 1st. My name is Muzaffar, and it was really special for the kind things that Sherry said. I'll tell you, the best part of me is my wife and two daughters. And I'm so grateful every day for them. And what I'll tell you is, before any of that happened, before my marriage, before my children, before this business, I grew up in Minnesota, and English was my second language. My dad is from East Africa. My mom is Middle Eastern. So that's a crazy mix in itself. And I was told my whole life, because my dad worked in a factory, my mom worked a job at a bank, and together they made $30,000 a year. So we grew up in the inner city. I never had money as a kid. Like my whole life, I spent hearing, no, we can't afford it. No, not now. No, 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 we can't afford it. We can't afford it. No, are you crazy? Like those are the things that I heard because we just didn't have money. And I want you to understand that for me, it wasn't about the money itself. It was about the quality of life. And we grew up in a unique situation. So I wanted to get out. I had external fires and internal fires that drove me. And I had an opportunity to go to college and play football. and I thought I was going to become a pro. In my senior year, I tore everything in my right knee, my ACL, MCL, and PCL ligament. And my dreams of being a professional football player and retiring my mom was all taken from me. And and I'll never forget when my friend called me. Like I saw somebody in the chat that said that they're a guest of Gemma's, for example, which welcome to you, right? And Gemma is someone that is a friend of a friend that I've briefly had a chance to meet, but she seems like a wonderful lady. And Sherry and Jennifer say amazing things about you, Gemma. So welcome to the community. But so you were invited by your friend Gemma. I was invited by my friend that picked me up, and we didn't do a Zoom because it was a long time ago. There were no Zooms. But my friend picked me up and took me to a meeting, and I met a guy that, and this again, this was my story. I met a guy that was making $12,000 a month, and I was making $2,500 a month. Now, $12,000 a month may not seem like a lot of money to some of you. For me, it was a whole lot. Like, it was life-changing for me and my family. And I just wanted to know what he did. And when he told me the information, I was blown away. And he said, "You've got to go see our company." That company that I got involved with, and this was back in 19. Now, when you start with 19, you know it's a long time ago. 1995. Oh, man, can't believe it. 1995. It's 30 years, Sherry. And so I went to the very first training convention for me. This company had 13,000 people there. 13,000. This company was #1 on Inc. 500's privately held company list, and they were #1. They grew at 35,000% growth. And I remember sitting in this like event with 13,000 people, and I had the furthest seat in the back. I think my ticket number was 13,000. But the point is that when the lights went out and they introduced a co-founder of that company and the #1 income earner, it was a lady named Sherry Sharman. And I want you to understand that not only did she co-found the fastest growing privately held company in America at that time, since then, she's developed multiple businesses and created success a lot of places she goes. And if you were on at the beginning of this Zoom and you saw her energy and you felt her energy and her happiness, I want you to understand that that's who she is. That's who I've known for over 20 years of my life. Like, you got to know something, that her energy is what's created success for her, amongst intelligence, amongst work ethic, amongst everything else. But when I called her and said, "I really want you to see Viago, and this is the company that your friend was probably telling you about. You have to see this." When I called Sherry, she had just invested $1.5 million in another franchise. And I was like nervous, like, she's invested money. She married the love of her life. She's got grandchildren. She's taking care of her mom, who's 92. By the way, her mom doesn't look 92, and she just had her 92nd birthday. And so all of this is going on in Sherry's life. I said, either way, I'm going to show it to her. And one of two things are going to happen. Either she's going to love what I love, and we'll talk about being business partners, or she may have some connections that will help me jumpstart Viago. So if you're here as a friend of someone, they're thinking the same thing. #1, they're going, "I want you to see what I see. And if you like what I love, then we can partner together on this." That's probably what your friend is thinking. Or #2, because you're friends, this is what they're thinking. I love this. And even if it's not right for you, you may know people that will help us jumpstart Viago. Right now, this company was created over the last few years between a handful of business partners. So I'm honored to be partnered with some incredible people. My business partner, who's our CEO, his name is Isaac. Isaac started a skincare company that opened 900 stores in 40 countries. And his partner was L'Oreal. It was a luxury skincare brand. My other partner, Eddie Head, and his business partners created the largest travel club in the world with millions upon millions of members. We all came together after COVID. And we had this meeting of the minds and said, if we could do it all over again, what would we do? How would we make it better? What would we do differently? And we started creating this wish list. And that's how Viago was born. We talked about a membership. We talked about lifestyle. We talked about a community. We talked about culture. We talked about giving. We talked about a real win-win. We started saying, what would that look like? And that's how this company was born. And we started creating this membership I'm going to show you today, and we tested it, and it worked. And then we had to fix a few things, and we had to add a few things. And last July, we did a pre-launch, and my goodness, did things take off. In October, we did a launch, and that's when I called my mentor and my second mom, right? That's when I called Sherry, and I said, you have to see this. And by the way, I sound all professional. Like, that's how I said it. That's not how I said it. I was so nervous when I called her. I think I messed up everything on the phone. Like, I vomited on the phone. Sorry to give you a bad visual. I didn't physically vomit, but like with words. Like, I said all of these things that I probably shouldn't have said. And to Sherry's credit, she said, when I was done, she said, Muzaffar, as long as I know you have your hand as a part of this, she said, I'm open. I'll take a look. And I was blown away. And this is what I showed her. I showed her Viago. Via means the way, the path, and go means to go. And we created this membership that's incredible. And I got to tell you, some amazing people have come together, opened their Rolodex to connect contacts and people to us, to put this benefits, like this membership program together. See, everything's headed to a subscription model. Apple has a subscription, Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, they all have subscriptions, right? Like even software today, they won't let you buy the software. They want you to have a subscription. Your cell phone is a subscription, like you're paying every month for something, a gym membership. So we created a lifestyle club, a lifestyle club. Yes, travel is a part of it. Why? Because people want to travel. Listen, today is Saturday. Do yourself a favor. Ask two people today, hey, if time and money were not an issue in your life, what would you do more of? Just ask that question. And look, I have a guarantee, but like, I believe that either answer number 1, 2, or 3 will be, I would travel more. Normally it's number 1, just so you know. Most people go, I would travel more. I want to see the world. And so the reason why they don't is time and money. So part 1 of our membership is access to a booking portal that's yours. You know, like when you get Netflix, you get a username and password and entrance in to their portal. Same thing with us. The minute you become a Viago, like a Club Viago member, you get a username and password that you create, and you get access in, and it's now your website. And all you got to do is put your name on it. This is yours. And you'll have access to unlimited wholesale travel. Wholesale. Let me explain. Priceline and Expedia, they actually get wholesale travel. If you can see my video camera, you can see my hands, right? So this bottom one is wholesale. This is the price that they mark it up to and sell it to the public. This is the retail price up here. So this is a price that you see. What we do is we don't sell travel. We signed a contract to get wholesale, and we just give it to you. We just give you that. So I'm going to show it to you. This is an example. This is Las Vegas, right? $149 is the public price, which is Priceline and Expedia. Ours is 101, which is a 33% savings. This right here is Miami. Listen, I go to Miami all the time on business, and I travel around for business, for personal, but when you can save 37%, 34%, New York, 57%, Puerto Vallarta, 73%. I was just in Argentina. I saved over 50%. I was in Colombia, and I stayed at the Grand Hyatt, and I saved, oh my gosh, it was 270 something, and I paid 139. 2 days ago, I was in Los Angeles on Thursday and Friday, and we did an amazing presentation. I drove down to Orange County, and some people are like, why didn't you fly into Orange County? I have a restaurant I love in LA. So I flew into LA, and then I had a meeting Friday morning in LA. Anyways, that's my personal itinerary. But I drove down to Orange County for this incredible presentation for a wonderful business partner of ours. And And they were amazing people, by the way. And when we talked about this, like when you look at saving money everywhere you go around the world, my grandmother used to say that a penny saved is a penny earned. Like it's not only how much you make, because how much you make is important, but it's also how much you keep, right? And so, oh, by the way, let me finish the LA story. I stayed at the Hilton. The Hilton was $274. Hilton LAX. I paid $150, and I paid $150 after taxes. After taxes, just so you know. So this is category number one, which is a booking engine that you can go to. So you'll go to clubviago.com. You will type in your username and password. Bam, open sesame will be your booking portal. And you can use it for hotels, car rentals, flights, everything. Now, flights are FAA regulated. So most of the sites that are out there will have similar pricing on flights. All the other stuff, we have a significant savings, just so you know. Category number two is our VIP escapes. VIP, very important person. That's who you are. And you better believe that, because God makes no junk. We were born on purpose, and we were born to live, not to exist. So many people wake up on Monday and it's, I owe, so off to work I go. And then Wednesday is hump day. And then Friday is like they just got out of jail. And the fact is that that's not living, that's existing. And people sit there for hours because they have no choice. You are a very important person. So we created these escapes for you to go see this beautiful world God created. And I want you to go and enjoy life. Don't just look at life through the eyes of other people on Instagram or TikTok. Go live life, ladies and gentlemen. This is a 4-diamond property in Mexico. This is 5 days, 4 nights at a 4-diamond property. I'm just saying. Included is round trip airport transfer. So that's from the airport to the resort back to the airport, a welcome reception, all inclusive, like a sunset cruise is included, a foam party, a host. Like, do you know how nice it is when somebody's sitting there going, welcome to Fantasy Island? Okay, I'm just kidding. I remember, do you guys remember do y'all remember like Fantasy Island and Tattoo, the little dude, right? Anyways, the point is, it's nice when somebody's there welcoming you. This trip normally is $1,700 without flights. With us, it's $850, but it gets better. And people are going, well, Mazafar, $850 is already 50% off. How do you make it better? We have our own reward points. Now, I want to be very proactive in this conversation of reward points. In our booking engine, the last thing I showed you, when flights, hotels, car rentals, and you can go search and travel anywhere, anytime, and save money, that thing, they have reward credits in there that will give you access to free travel. The more you spend, the more credits you build up. This is reward points, Viago points, that I'm going to share with you, which is another one. It's a separate one. It's one that we created. This one right here, we give you 600 points when you become a member immediately. And by the way, 1 point equals $1. And you can use some of those points on these reward escape trips. So there's 2 categories you can use these points on. This is one of them. So check this out. Instead of $850, you're paying $700. Look at this trip. Instead of paying $575, which is lower than what's called the bar rate, the best available rate. That's like a travel industry term, bar. What's the bar price? That's a travel industry term. And $575 is almost 40% lower than that bar rate. And you get it with points down to $475. Listen, this is Dubai, $539. This is another Dubai trip, like $450. This is Spain, Costa Rica, South Africa, Thailand. By the way, Dubai, there's a lot of people that have already landed. That trip is sold out, by the way. It's happening. It's happening right now. Like my best friend just got there. He played in the NFL for 9 years. And he was at Mazafra. I had timeshares I spent so much money on. I'd rather be with Club Viago. Then he saw the business side that I'm about to show you. Then he saw all the trips. Then he saw the community. And he's like, look, man, I'm a retired NFL player. He goes, I've made money, but I love community. And, anyone wants to earn a second income. And he's got his retirement from the NFL, and he's now building a Viago business. He's in Dubai right now. Sherry and her husband are flying to Dubai tomorrow. My friend and business partner that's in the Philippines, by the way, we're open in the Philippines, but he's flying to Dubai on Monday. Like, I just want you guys to know, we have so many trips: South Africa, Thailand, Greece. There's like Mexico, Turkey. There's so much. Anyways, category number 3 is our telemedicine and healthcare. Telemed, I use it. I'm in love with it because I have daughters and they get sick because they go to school. Like, do you understand? Like, if you have kids that go to school, they're going to get sick. It's sad, but it's just how it is. And so my daughter had 102.5 degree temp. She was shaking, shivering, and she came back. All I did was go on, book an appointment. They called me in 2 minutes and they sent her medicine to the pharmacy. I didn't have to go to urgent care. I didn't have to do it. Like, it was amazing. I loved it. Some people don't have insurance. This has become their best friend. The other thing is other people that do have insurance, guess what? We're partnered with an insurance company. They're their own underwriter. They'll save you 20 to 60% on your health insurance premiums because you're a Club Viago member. There's so much. So let's start talking about savings. Savings, 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 right? Do you understand that most people don't save? I was talking to a financial planner and they were saying, Mazaf, I have to help people plan for a vacation at retirement because they're not taking vacation. Do you know that the average employee in the United States of America gets 15 vacation days? And do you know that the average person only uses 6 of those days? Only 6. And the reason is that most people don't have access to luxury vacations at affordable prices. And to even design something takes so much time that people just sit home. So I want you to know this membership is for everyone. And this part right here saves you a minimum of $4,000 a year if you use it. Here's what you got to understand. There's a million retailers. I can't put them all on a slide. But if you use this, you will find things that you will go, oh my goodness. I'll give you an example. AMC movie theaters. And like friends of mine, instead of spending $60 for the movies, they spend $30. And you're going, well, 30, that's not a lot of money. Listen, it's just an everyday thing. What if you go to Six Flags or SeaWorld, or if you buy something from Sunglass Hut, or you get DoorDash, or do you have pets? Listen, it's even more than that. My friend bought a car and got a big rebate. Okay, Mazafar, I'm not buying a car every month. What are you doing every month? I guarantee you that things that you do every month is in here. It's in here. So I had a friend that's a member with Club Viago called me a week ago and said, Mazafar, I saved $2,300 on my car insurance. I said, what? How? Like, how? He said, I went to Member Deals, which is this. Like, I logged in, went to Member Deals, went to Shopping Deals, clicked all, went to Insurance and Protective category. He said, and I did a quote on the insurance, and it was my same insurance company. He goes, and listen, even if, I think he changed, like either one. But the point is that he had multiple cars and a motorcycle, and he saved $2,300. Another lady, her and her husband saved $2,600. Then I had somebody that said, Mazafar, I don't have multiple anything. I have one car. And they saved $600 for the year. Do you understand that $600 for the year is a lot of money? But it's just one thing. And there's events. Like my wife and I like going on date night to like comedy shows or just shows. And I had a friend of a friend that went to a U2 concert, and instead of spending $2,400 for the floor seat, because of us, they spent $600. I had another friend that went to an NBA game and saved 60%. I have someone that went to an F1 Formula Racing and saved like 70% on the ticket. There's a lot here, a lot. And I'm trying to keep it simple. I'm trying to give you a picture of the value inside of this membership. The next category is access to nutrition and skincare that are luxury products because they're high end, that you can't get other places, that you're getting at a discount from retail, but you can also use your Viago points to bring the price down even further. So let's recap. Here's the recap. 6 different categories, all inside one membership. And it's growing. There's more categories coming. This is only the beginning. And this membership, the setup fee is minimal. So the one-time setup fee is $450 for the membership. However, we give you $600 that you can use in 2 different areas. Think about that. So you do $450 and we give you $600. It's funny, but I met a wonderful lady named Jennifer Murphy, and Jen was like, you know, Mazafar, it's almost like I'm depositing money into my own kind of travel and membership savings account. It's not like I'm not even buying something. It's just money going into a savings account in a way. That's her mindset. And I loved her mindset. And I want you to understand that the setup is one time and you get 600 points that you can use immediately. Then it's $99 a month to maintain this membership. But guess what? We give you 100 points every month. It's funny. My wife set up a website with a new platform and there was a setup fee. It was like $300 and some dollars. It was almost 400. And I go, sweetheart, what did we get for it? And she looked at me going, what do you mean? I go, what did we get for the 400? She goes, access to set up a website. I go, I get it. But did they give us like any type of rewards? And my wife looked at me going, no, it's not Viago. She goes, sweetheart, everything is not Viago in life, but it should be, in my opinion, because guess what? I have one even better than that. What do you get for paying your cell phone bill 12 months in a row consecutively? What do you get for paying your gym membership 12 months in a row consecutively? What do you get for paying your Netflix bill 12 months in a row consecutively? I can go on because the answer is going to be another bill. That's what most people get. Here, you get a gift for being loyal. Like, loyalty is underrated, in my opinion. Like it should be valued more by companies. Like, I believe that we should reward people for being loyal. And that's what we do. 12 months of consistent membership. You'll either get a vacation as a gift or you can get 1,000 more Viago points. How many of y'all are mathing the math? 600 to begin, 100 every month. 12 months later, you're at 1,800 plus an extra 1,000. That's 2,800 points. 1 point equals $1. It's time for you to live life amplified every day, everywhere. Now, I hope you're thinking like me, because I thought of my best friends. Who do I want to travel with and make money with? Who do I want to travel with and make money with? Who do I want to travel with and make money with? Who do I want to help? Who do I want to have save money? Who do I know that has pets? Who do I know that wishes that they could do more? Who do I know that needs to see the world? Who do I know that I would want a part of my community? And I became an ambassador of Viago. And what they gave me was a whole ambassador business system. So what I got was websites, software, a back office that tracks everything. Because I started thinking about people inside the US and outside of the US. Today, I have a team in 40 countries that are a part of Viago, that are members and ambassadors in 40 countries. And I don't have to have a pen and paper and keep track of everything because our software does. We spent millions on this software. And you get the software for $49. And then every year to maintain your business registration and keep the ABS system, it's $99, which is so minimal to run a multi-million dollar business. That's how I look at this. Now, there's 5 ways we get paid. 5. I used to get paid one way. If I worked, I made money. If I didn't work, I didn't make money. That's how I used to get paid. It was called crappy. Have any of y'all heard of that style of pay? Not fun. I'm just saying. I got paid one way. Here, I get paid 5 ways. Let me show you 2 out of the 5 just to keep it simple for today. The first is a direct bonus. So when you introduce somebody, and I tell people, listen, if you don't talk to the people that you know, somebody else will. So I started thinking of mom, dad, uncle, auntie, brother, cousin, sister, niece, nephew, neighbor, grandma, grandpa. Like, I'm like, everybody needs Viago. Everybody does. Just so you understand. So when you introduce somebody and they become a member, you earn $100. So my brain said, if I bring 5, that's 500. If I bring 10, that's 1,000. There's no limit. You can bring as many as you want. In any of the countries that we're open in, Sherry and I have a friend. His name is Stevie B. Sounds like a musical artist, doesn't it? Like Stevie B. Like that just sounds like he does music, but he's a business guy. And he just got started. He already introduced somebody in India. We're starting a pre-launch campaign in India. He introduced somebody in the Philippines. He's obviously introduced people in the US. Let me continue. 6. When you bring 6 personal people, not only do you earn $600, but guess what? Your membership starting the next month after you finished 6, your membership is now free every month. Every month. My motto is if it's free, it's me. So let me explain this. What if it took you 6 months? You found one person a month. You kept your membership every month. And on the 6th month, you found your 6th person. Starting month 7, you have no more membership fees. Your membership is now free. But guess what? We still give you the 100 points. The 100 points is still yours. And when 12 months is finished, you still get a gift, even though you're not paying the 99. So you started with a 450 situation, but you've already earned $600. And now your membership is free. And guess what? When you start introducing people, they're going to want to get their 6. So let's talk residual. Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Like, how many of y'all would sleep better at night if you knew that the minute you close your eyes, that an income is being generated for you? So when you wake up in the morning, you made more than you did the day before. Like, that to me is exciting. So what we do is we build teams. We build teams. So some people become a member, others become ambassadors. When they become an ambassador, because you introduce them, they're a part of your team. And we build 2 teams. And I know all of you know more than 2 people. So guess what? When you introduce one person, they'll go on a left team. Another person will go on a right team. And then when you bring a 3rd person, they will go underneath and help one of the first people you brought. So like, I think of Sherry, she brought 6 immediately. She put some on her left team and some on her right team. And her teams are growing really, really fast. So when you get to 5 on your left and 5 on your right, you're earning a residual because everybody's paying their 99. And you're earning $50 a month. When it gets to 1010, you're at $200 a month. Do you know how it goes from 5.5 to 1010? Everybody wants to get their 6. So they're going to start introducing others, and everybody's connected to you. So let me show you. When you become a bronze ambassador, that's when you have 5 left, 5 right. A silver ambassador is 10 left, 10 right. You're now earning $200 a month. A gold ambassador is $500 a month. A sapphire is $1,000 a month. Do you know how many families would love an extra $500 to $1,000 a month? An emerald is $2,000 a month. A diamond is $5,000. Let me explain. Just stop and think about that one for a second. What if we spent the rest of 2025 this year helping you finish diamond? We did the presentations for you. We helped people understand Viago. All you did is connect the dots. And then when they get started, we help them, which helps you. Then we help their people's people, which helps them, which helps you. And by the end of the year, what if we helped you finish diamond? Starting 2026, every month, you're earning a residual of $5,000 a month. Would it be worth it to be a part of a few of these Zooms, to do presentations, to introduce people, to hear no? Because you're going to hear no. Like, I always hear no. And I don't understand, but I just go, thank you. And I work with the yeses. But look at it, it goes all the way up to blue diamond, red diamond, but it's a lot of money. And there are people earning that here. But what we don't do is say, hey, when you sign up, you make money. We don't do that. We tell people you got to work. There is no get rich quick out there, just so you know. We will teach you and train you how to do this. And I just want to share something with you. We have live events, 3 that happen every year that are national events. So we have 3 in the US, 3 in Europe, and 3 in South America. Then we have regional trainings. Our next regional is happening next weekend, and I'm going to talk about that here in a second. What I want to do right now is just quickly have a couple people that are in our community that have been with Viago, that have had some results. And I see my friend Shar. And I know we have a lot of folks that are on here. And I'm just going to go to Shar real quickly. Shar, if you would tell your story and what's happened since you've gotten in Viago, I'd really appreciate it.
Hi, good morning, Musafir. Sherry, thanks for having me here today. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Great day, everyone, wherever you might be in the world. My name is Shar. I live in Scottsdale, Arizona when I'm not on a beach or a ship or something, an airplane somewhere in the world. Retired here about 18 years ago. Professionally, my background is trauma emergency medicine, where I practiced for a few decades there, retired military, and during that time raising a family and an Olympic athlete, training for the Olympics during the early part of that season. It was in that season of my life that I met one of our business partners here in this community that's here today, but didn't know back then, that was almost 20 years ago, that that would be the thread that would weave our lives together, how I would actually get to meet Musafir and Sherry, who started our Zoom off for us today. We just never know when we say yes, how that thread is going to make the tapestry of our life. And I'm super grateful that my childhood friend who is in this industry didn't judge my book by its cover. See, all those things I just shared were true, but back in that season, way back in the day, she also didn't know I had just been diagnosed with life-threatening cancer. And this was the industry that was going to help me navigate all of those things, including managing my heart language, my hopes and my dreams, and not losing sight of what's possible when you get around the right people in the right environment. So because of all of those relationships, I got a call from my direct business partner here in Viago a little while ago, and he was like, hey, we've got to talk. And I know that tone of voice. When your right friends posture up, you're like, hey, it's time to saddle up and shut thy trap and listen. I was like, oh, he's up to something good. And I don't want to miss that. And I'm super grateful because here in Viago, everything that Musafir has shared so far is true. I use my membership portal all the time. I save all this crazy money. I love to go to events and concerts and just buy groceries and do simple things and just help people. As a medical clinician, I love our Be Well and Health Share benefits. That alone, I wish I would have had my entire practice to give to every single one of my patient families, is worth everything that you've just seen so far and so much more, hands down for sure. On the business side of things, the brand ambassador, I love being a brand ambassador. Why wouldn't I? I'm leveraging something I'm already doing, and I get to turn into another stream of income to add to my military retirement income, which needs some help, by the way. I've referred at least 6, so my membership access is complimentary every single month. I've been on several of those escapes. I celebrated my birthday on the Bali escape this past November. I'm organizing a reunion escape, came home with the love of my life in our community from that escape. That was the biggest birthday present ever. I don't know what it's going to mean for you. I just know that I believe my life would be really different, or I may not even be here because I would have lost hope had all those years ago the right people that were the threads of the tapestry that's brought me to Viago wouldn't have opened their mouth and shared. I'll see you on the beaches of the world. Let's go, Viago. Thanks for letting me share.
Love it, Char. Great story. Thank you. And congratulations and happy belated birthday and happiness to your new relationship. Awesome. You had a lot that happened in Viago. Kathy, in Northern California, would you quickly share your story?
Yes, thank you so much. That's a tough one to follow. My heart is just so full with Shar's testimony. I want to sign up all over again. I'm really excited. The amazing Sherry Sharman, who's on this call, she takes my breath away with her inspiration and her personal development that she's helped many, many people, thousands of people. And when she called me in November, I was yes. I could not say no. There's no way. With this opportunity, I saw myself I am a single mom. I have 4 kids, and I don't think real estate is going to give me the retirement that I really need because I keep spending the money from all those sales of those houses. And I'm as good as my last deal, especially with 4 kids in college. And I am busy, and that could be an easy excuse. And I thought, I'm going to regret if I don't say no. And I'm not going to regret at my age, which I won't tell anybody. Sherry's braver than I am. I just don't want to regret anything. And so I said yes. I got my 6 in 4 days, and the membership is free. And I want to help people. This is helping people. It's not doing anything else but just blessing people. And I thank you so much for calling me, Sherry. Bless you too, Ms. Offer. Thank you.
Thank you. And listen, and by the way, I know there are guys on here and they're like, is there only women that are on here? And no, that's not that's not the case. There are guys that are creating success too. You know, there's a friend of Sherry's named Ricky that introduced 9 within 24 hours. And he's already finished bronze. If you guys remember, like the first one, which was 5'5", I mean, that was quick. There are so many different folks. Let's go and I'll show you something internationally. I'm going to share something with you guys. So this is happening tonight. We are doing a training for Japan, right? So this is for a team for this guy, Gaku-san, right here. And he is finishing 250 in Japan. I know that guy right there. All right. Anyways, the point is that there are people all over that are building this business from Japan to the Philippines to the US, you know, and there's so many different stories. And I wish I could go through all of them. You know, there's a guy named Soda that's on here that runs a production business. And he's at Mazaffer. Every time I do a production for a seminar, I make money. And if I don't do production, I don't make money. And I've been doing production for you. And he's been watching Viago from the very beginning. And I'm happy that he got started as an ambassador, but it wasn't because of me. It was because of Sherry. It's like, I've been showing Soda this membership and he's like, wow, it's amazing. Looks great. Sherry said, I'm stopping everything to do Viago. Soda goes, me too, right? That was funny. Anyways, the point is that we have so many different folks that are with us. And I'm going to wrap this up. Let me show you what's happening. So we've got trainings. I showed you the Japan one we're doing tonight. Well, it's tonight, US time. It's tomorrow. They live in the future, right? There's so many hours ahead of us. But it starts, I think, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., something like that. 1 p.m. It starts 1 p.m. Japan time Sunday, which is 9 p.m. Saturday night here is when it starts. But we've got trainings in the US. We have an online training system. If you're on here right now, getting started is simple. It's the 450 plus the 49. Like when you talk about $500, I just divided that by 365 days. And my brain was like, it's a candy bar a day to have a business. Like really, if you think about it. But even more importantly, there's everything out there. I just heard of Chime that gives people $500 in 2 minutes. I heard of another one. I wrote it down and it's just like, everybody's going, hey, here you go. And I would always use other people's money to start a business. It's how my brain works. But right away, you get your 600 points, your website, your back office, everything. The timing of this. So your friend introduced you. This is your friend. So some of you are guests of somebody. When you join tonight, this is your position. It's yours. No one can take it away from you. And then when your friend introduces somebody else, they will go on your team. Talk about a win-win. There is truth to the early bird gets the worm. There really is. The only way that doesn't happen is if you give your position away, which means that you go, I'm going to wait. Because you saw it today. It was yours unless you decide to give it to somebody else. And your friend is going to introduce someone tonight or tomorrow. And they'll go here. And when you do get started, you'll go underneath because we don't insert people. Even though you saw it first, you go in the next available spot. So the longer you wait, the further you're going to fall. Just don't wait. I'll tell you right now, getting started is simple. You can be an A, which was me, like I was ready, or you can be a B, which is someone that wants to be a customer, and we love our customers. Just C is someone that wants to wait and see. But so many of you have waited and seen things your whole life and missed out on opportunities. Opportunities are never lost. They just go to people that take advantage of them. And I'm excited that you guys are here. And I'm going to quickly turn this over to my dear friend and mentor. And Sherry, why did you say yes? You just invested $1.5 million into a franchise. You're spending time with your husband, your kids, your grandkids, your mom. Like, you have life. You have a lot going on. You've made millions. You've been retired. Why Viago? Why now? Thank you for being here, Sherry, and I'll turn it over to you to wrap things up.
Thank you so much, Muzaffar, and what a beautiful presentation you did. And I'm so excited that this call is actually international. And when you ask me why, it's this community. I have never in my life, and I hopefully you have it on gallery. If you're watching it on your phone, it's kind of hard to see. You can just swipe over and you can see all the people that are here from all over the world. And I love this community because everyone here is positive, they're motivated, they help each other. I mean, like Shar, jumping on the call for us and sharing her story. I mean, it's like there's people from all walks of life. We have policemen, we have firemen, we have doctors and lawyers and housewives and women that are successful business entrepreneurs. And we have on this call a gentleman who is a heavyweight champion boxer who actually has a lady on here today from Nigeria. Sylvia, I wanted to do a shout out to you. Thank you for joining us. And when you ask me, it's the people. Yes, the financial part of this is unbelievable. But when you look at the changing people's lives, not just in your neighborhood, but in the world, introducing this business, and that contact that Billy had it was through social media. You can start making friends around the world. And that's something that for all of you that are on here, think of the people that are in your social media. For me, I had so many friends that I wanted to share this with. I mean, I've got on this call, I've not only got friends and family on here, but people that I really believe can be successful in this industry. And that's why when I was in Las Vegas, Muzaffar, and I got to see it and feel it, that's why I'm encouraging everyone to come to Atlanta in May with us, because it's something you can't explain. A feeling. It's very hard to explain a feeling, that good feeling where you just know you're in the right place at the right time. And I'll never forget when I had an opportunity to meet the CEO, Isaac, and the president, Eddie, and just how real they were. They were really sincerely wanting to help people, and that's why your friend invited you on this call. And I believe that everybody on this call has the potential of being a black diamond. What if it takes you 5-10 years to do that, to be making $1 million a year plus. There are very few careers that you can go out there and have that type of potential unless you're, already have a lot of money to start with. So I am loving Viago. I am loving that tomorrow I'm getting on a plane. My first time on Emirates airline, going straight from LAX to Dubai, and being able to share that with my family. And this is what this is about. Viago family is something that I've never experienced in my career, almost 40 years in this industry. And I love it more today than I've ever loved it. And I said this last week, I am really having the time of my life. And the question you have to ask yourself, would you like to? And then you'll join us. And today's special. Saturday is my favorite day of the week because we actually do a training on how to get started. I recommend that if you are new in this business or if you've been around for a while, stick around and learn about how you can have a fast start. Today's the first day of March, and be able to end the month at a higher rank to where you're not only making money, but you're helping people travel and see the world and all the wonderful benefits we have. So Muzaffar, thank you so much. And we're going to start the training now.